So after the class, the recording will be uploaded to YouTube and will be available until this month is over, right? Until this month is over, the recording will be available. So people, this perfect theory student review, actually this is not something very wrong. You can make a වැරදි ගන්න මේක මම හිතලා දාපු එකක් නෙමෙයි. ඒ ළමයා මේ meeting එකෙත් ඉන්නවා. හරි, that student is there in this meeting. මේ every week I put a student review. කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි කියපු review එකක් මම මේකට දානවා. It's for you to check whether how is our class going on. Now this is 2021 theory. We started this month fresh from the beginning. From unit 1 onwards we started and we are continuing forward. Next month we are starting unit 2. So that's a hint given here. Unit 2 will be starting in November. Sorry, not November beginning. Now we'll start off with Lewis structures, and I have recorded a session, actually the plan for the November month. I have recorded the video. You can watch that and decide on joining to our class later on. Actually, first day is free next month, November. Lewis structures. You will learn how to draw Lewis structures, and you will practice around 50 Lewis structures. What? 50 Lewis structures? Yes. 50 Lewis structures you will be drawing in our class live, as well as an extra session I'll have to take, because 50 structures we can't complete in one class. So we'll take an extra session also. So Lewis structures will be given to all of you for free, like everyone, free of charge. Lewis structures you can learn. Then after that, second week of the month, November, we move into resonance structures, and then finally we move into VSEPR theory, learning about electron pair geometries and shapes, and then that's how we conclude the month of November. Okay, now let's move into this. First question, the electron has a kinetic energy of K and de Broglie wavelength lambda. If the kinetic energy is halved, what is the new de Broglie wavelength of the electron? Now, can't I put some shape here? No? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, now let's see. Electron has a kinetic energy of K. Now there's an electron. This guy has a kinetic energy K low. This guy has a kinetic energy K low. And the de Broglie wavelength is lambda. Remember, the de Broglie wavelength is not the normal wavelength. Okay, I told this to the students in my class. De Broglie wavelength is different to the normal wavelength, because you can see V equals F lambda, and also lambda is equal to H over mv. Now you might be wondering, what the hell now? Like, V is proportional to lambda here, and it's inversely proportional to lambda here. Like, can't be, right? Like, is science wrong, or is my brain not braining or something? No, people, this is de Broglie wavelength. This lambda is different. This V equal F lambda, that is a different story compared to de Broglie wavelength. So in a question, they'll tell you like de Broglie wavelength, lambda, that's it, right? De Broglie wavelength is different when you compare to a normal wavelength. I have told this billion times in the class. Not actually billion times, that's an exaggeration. Billion times, that's the only word I'm telling in the class. Okay, this is the lambda, actually de Broglie wavelength. If kinetic energy is halved, now okay, this electron, we are halving the kinetic energy. We are halving the kinetic energy. What is the new de Broglie wavelength of the electron? So the lambda changes. Lambda changes, and you know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv squared. Okay, so if you change kinetic energy, that means the mass should change or velocity should change. And how do you know which one changes? How do you know which one changes? No, electrons. People, electrons' mass cannot change, right? Like, literally. If you run with higher speed, does your mass increase? Of course, it will increase if you run at the speed of light. That's a different story. That is Einstein's side. We don't go to that side in our A levels. But according to our normal physics, Newtonian physics and normal physics, like normal physics, not quantum physics, normal physics, mass doesn't change. Mass is a constant. Mass is a constant and mass doesn't change. So that means this electron's mass does not change. How do they make a වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So definitely the velocity should change, right? Definitely the velocity should change. And K is proportional to V squared. K is proportional to V squared. So let me tell you, if K is proportional to V squared, if V becomes half, that means velocity becomes half, what will happen to K? How do you calculate it? So now this squared, this is squared. Let me write the new kinetic energy K2 as V over 2 squared. Then there's an easy way to do this, but I'm telling you for everyone to understand. So K is proportional to V and K2 is proportional to V over 2 squared. So we are halving the velocity and we are checking what happens to the kinetic energy. So I'm dividing this one, this by 2. This one and this one, 2. And I'm going to divide them together. So K over K2 is equal to V squared over 2. So K over K2 is equal to V squared times 2 divided by V squared. So now you can see K2 is equal to K over, 2 squared ne people, metana 2 squared, metana 4 enno ne. My bad. It should be 4 here. So K over 4. මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? You halve the velocity and now the kinetic energy becomes 4 times, you divide it by 4. And that's the new kinetic energy. So there is a relationship going on. K is proportional to V squared. So people, what do you suggest? If K should be half, if K should divide by 2, what should be the velocity? Like, by what amount should the velocity reduce? That's very good. Root 2 times. Very good. Very good. That is root 2 times. Of course. Nice. So that's a good guess. That means what? K over 2. I'll do it and show you. V2 squared is the second one. So 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2. K multiplied by 2 over K. Then division done on the division nugan on any. V squared over V2 squared. V squared over V2 squared. So let me tell you. V2 squared is equal to V squared over 2. V2 is equal to V over root 2. There you go. So V becomes root 2 times. You have to divide V by root 2. That is the amount of change in velocity. Right? That's the amount of change in velocity. So the new velocity, you have V over root 2. V over root 2. There, Nani? V over root 2. Now, you apply to the de Broglie equation, lambda is equal to H over mv. Yet again, the mass doesn't change. Mass doesn't change. So mass you can ignore. So lambda is inversely proportional to velocity. I'll say lambda 1 is equal to mv, like this one. And I'll say lambda 2, that's the new de Broglie wavelength. Probably, yeah, right? Initial de Broglie wavelength is lambda, right? So I'll not put lambda 1. So I'll put lambda 2 for the new de Broglie wavelength. Lambda 2 is equal to h over mv2, probably, yeah, mv2. Now mv2 කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? V over 2. V over root 2. Sorry, V over root 2. Hurry. Now I'm going to divide 1 and 2. Just leave it as V2 and I'm going to divide 1 and 2. Right. Lambda over lambda 2 is equal to V2 over V. Then make simplify කරාම මෙහෙම තමයි එන්නේ. හරිද? අහන්න එපා කොහොමද කියලා. Basic mathematics. හරිද? You divide 1 and 2, you get V2 over V. හරිද? Right. එතකොට now V2 is equal to what? V over root 2. Lambda over lambda 2 is equal to V over root 2 times V. V and V cancel off. V and V cancel off. Now, lambda 2 is equal to lambda over root 2. Lambda equals lambda over root 2. Hari? Lambda equals lambda over root 2. There you go. Hari? Nice. Lambda over lambda 2 is equal to V2 over V1. Like V2 over V. So there you go. Lambda 2 is equal to lambda over root 2. So you get the answer as answer number 2. Make a calculation error එකක් නැහැ කියලා මං හිතනවා. Like there is no calculation error. If you got another answer, please tell me. Calculation error එකක් නැහැ. However, this is the method that you should take. You have to connect 3 equations together. You have to go through 3 equations. Sorry, 2 equations. Kinetic energy equation as well as the de Broglie equation. You have to go through both of them. You have to think through 2 equations, half mv squared. K equals half mv squared and lambda is equal to h over mv. You have to think through these 2 equations. So this is a question pattern. This is a question pattern I have done A levels 2 times, and this one I have seen many times in A level papers. Right. No, that is not chemistry land. You're talking about physics. මෙහෙමයි ඔයාට equation ගොඩක් මතක තියාගන්න බලවා. හරිද? ඔයාට equation ඔයා වෙන class වලට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන you're going for other classes නේ. You can remember as much as equation. මට මේ දෙක එකතු කරලා එක equation එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්, no issues at all. But the logic is gone. You're just memorizing like a bio student. හරිද? The logic is gone. Right? That is it. මෙහෙමයි. දැන් ඔයාට equation ගොඩාක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. පාඩම් කරලා එක එක equation, when you look at your chemistry note, there is one equation here, one equation here, one equation here, one equation here. That is chemistry for you, right? Equations. It won't work. Like literally it won't work. You just remember the main equation and apply logic. That's what you should do in A levels, because some new question they give, you try to apply this equation and it's not going to work. So that is why a lot of students mess up, especially in physics. Physics, you see an MCQ, right? You see an MCQ and you look at your note, you see only equations. Physics is nice. Okay, equations everywhere. So there is a problem. There is A, there is B. You have to connect these two together. And what is connecting is the equation. Okay, that's fine. That's how you get the answer. Right? That's how you get the answer. But you need to apply logic. If you can't understand what I did here, it's an issue. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව නිකන් ඉක්වේෂන් එක දාලා ගන්න ගියොත් එහෙම you are just memorizing stuff. එහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් කිසි අවුලක් නැහැ. You can do A levels like that. There is no issue at all. But you have to provide 2 times more effort than a student who does like this. 2 times more effort. You might be thinking like, okay, now it's one equation. Like I can do it in few seconds. Ne. Even I can do without writing anything. This question. Like if you master this method, you can do this question within like, okay, energy is proportional to V and V is inversely proportional to lambda. So no need to write equations even, right? I can just think and take the answer. Like literally, when you master this, right now you can't do that, but when you master it, you will be able to just look and take the answer straight away. Look and take the answer straight away. So answer is answer number 2. First question. I didn't have time to set up the camera now. That's why I'm not showing my face right now. I was in a hurry. Second question, interesting. This is an ABCD type question. You know what's an ABCD type question? How to get answers for ABCD type questions, right? You know it, ne? Like A and B means answer number 1. B and C means answer number 2, C and D means answer number 3, A and D means answer number 4, and any other combination answer number 5. Like any other combination, like it could be A only, it could be B only, it could be C only, it could be D only, it could be A and C, it could be B and D, it could be 3 answers together, that one also possible. It could be all 4 answers together, it could be none of them are correct. There is a high probability for the answer to be 5. If you are doing maths, you know about probability and you know like the 5th answer, there are a lot of possibilities. So let's say if you don't know a question in ABCD type, there are 10 MCQs in the A-level paper which falls into this category. And if you don't know an MCQ, let's say you don't know one MCQ, the best possible answer that you can put is 5 according to maths. Not always correct. It's a probability, right? It's a probability. That's the highest probability to be 5. Okay, let's see the first statement. All Balmer series lines are lesser in energy than Lyman series lines. Is that correct? Yes, it is correct. Balmer series lines are lesser in energy than Lyman series lines. People, I taught this statement very clearly by drawing the amount class එකේ කිව්වා මෙහෙම ඇඳලම කිව්වා, like I put values and explain to you. Lyman series එකේ මෙහෙම වෙනස් වෙනවා කියලා. හරිද? Lyman series එකේ මෙහෙම වෙනස් වෙනවා කියලා මම ඇඳලම කිව්වා, like this one is 1000, this one is 1500, this one is 1750 ඔහොම කියලා මම කිව්වා this energy difference we cannot obtain from the Balmer series. So therefore this statement is correct. B, no two lines can have the same energy difference. How about that? No two lines can have the same energy difference. That is correct actually. Why? Like this line and this line cannot have the same energy. This line and this line cannot have the same energy. Like, you can't have same energies with two lines together. I mean, energy difference could be obtained. Again, there are some statements like the third and fourth line. Yeah, the energy difference between third and fourth line of the Lyman series is equal to the second and third line of Balmer. That is correct. Energy difference. But here in the question, they are telling no two lines can have the same energy difference. No two lines can have the same energy difference. So therefore, that statement is correct. Okay, they're asking not true. Okay, so first and second is correct. Then see, the spectrum of lithium 2 plus is similar to hydrogen spectrum. People, lithium 2 plus is a monoelectronic species. You remove both of the electrons and you get a hydrogen-like atom, but different number of protons, doesn't matter. You need one electron and you have a hydrogen spectrum. So that is correct. Right. H plus can show a spectrum of light when high voltage is applied. Guys, tell me, H plus, test your knowledge. H plus, can it have a spectrum of light? H plus only. Can H plus only have a spectrum? Can H plus only have a spectrum? My question. Can H plus only have a spectrum? No. Why is that? Guys, there's no electron. Who is going to go up and down? You are going to go up and down. Like, there's no electron in H plus. Right? There's no electron in H plus. It can't show. Right? There are no electrons in H plus, so nobody to go up and down. Like, you can go up and down and you can do that, but it's wrong actually. There is no electron in H plus. So that statement wrong. Answer number 5. So I told you, highest probability 5. Doesn't mean it's always 5. Doesn't mean it's always 5. Third question. Which of the following elements does not agree with the relationship n plus 1 squared minus n squared is larger than L to the power 4? This relationship is for the last valence electron which is filled into the atom. May statement එක ඇත්තට question එකේ තිබ්බේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ මේක තිබ්බේ නැහැ. This wasn't there in the question. මේක තිබ්බේ නැහැ. This one I gave it because you are a 2027 student and you are like new to these concepts. That's why I gave it. So ඕක තිබ්බේ නැහැ. ඒතකොට ඔකට දැනගන්න ඕනේ. They are talking about the lastly filled valence electron. Okay, now what are we doing here? We have to go with trial and error. Like, we have to put one element and then test for it, and then we cross that answer and then we move into the next one. It'll take some time, but trust me, it will work. First answer, let's see sulfur. Now sulfur's atomic number, sulfur is there in the like 16 atomic number, so it's in the P block, right? It's in the P block. And it's in the third period if you look into the periodic table. You have to look into the period, you have to look into the block which it belongs, right? Period 3 and block P. P means L equals 1, L equals 1. L equals 1, P can L equals 1, right? N equals 3, L equals 1. Yes. So, let's put into this equation, n plus 1 squared minus n squared is larger than L to the power 4. So, let's calculate the n plus 1 squared minus n squared thing. 3 plus 1 squared minus 3 squared. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 9. That's going to be, how much? 7, 7. And this one, L square, L to the power 4. L to the power 4 can be, now L is 1, 1 to the power 4. 1 to the power 4. That is correct. Right? 1. So first is correct actually. Does not agree. First is correct. So this one, we can cut it off. This one cannot be an answer. You can do this in the head, people. You can just like inside your head without writing anything. You can do this. That's exactly like faster. It's a faster method. But because I'm a teacher and I'm explaining this, I'll write it and show. So n plus 1 squared for the nitrogen. Now nitrogen belongs to the second period. Nitrogen belongs to the second period. So n equals 2. And it's in the P block. So it is L equals 1. L equals 1. Now people, 2 plus 1 squared minus 2 squared. So what's the value here? 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. So L is still 1. L is still 1. So that one also cannot be an answer. L is still 1 and it's like 1 is lesser than 5. So that also cannot be an answer. What about potassium? Potassium is in the S block. Potassium is in the S block and it's in the period number 4. S block කියන්නේ L0 නේ. S block කියන්නේ L0 නේ. People 0 to the power 4 is 0 නේ. Something to the power 4 is something. Sorry, nothing to the power 4 is nothing. Nothing to the power 4 is nothing, right? So yeah, that is it. What is 0 to the power 0? What is 0 to the power 0? Just a question for you. Wrong. Rushti correct. 0 to the power 0 is 1. Like, what? Seriously? Nothing to the power nothing is 1? Like, how did that happen? That's mathematics. You can learn it in maths, I guess. What is 1 divided by 0? What is 1 divided by 0? Wrong, wrong, wrong. Take your calculator and put it in you. 1 divided by 0. Come on. Really? Did you try it? Undefined. Everyone is telling 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1. Like, why is that? Why is it undefined? Guys, you are doing maths, right? Some of you might be doing maths. Cannot divide by 0. Your answer is like cannot divide by 0. Why is that? Just think of it after the class somewhere else. You can check. I won't teach it here. It's a long theory thing for mathematics. I didn't do maths, by the way. But I know this. Like 1 divided by 0, why is it undefined? It's showing like this. I hate maths. Yes. Right. Okay, let's see. So potassium, we can cut that answer, not an answer. Cl is coming in the third period. So 3 plus 1 squared minus 3 squared. 3 plus 1 squared minus 3 squared. 4 squared 16. 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9 7. And Cl belongs to the P block. P block is still it's 1 to the power 4. That is also correct. Cannot be an answer. Then last answer is phosphorus. Then there cannot be an answer. Like everything is correct there. Okay, let's see. Phosphorus also same thing. Phosphorus also same as chlorine. The L value nේද? මෙතන n plus 1 the n plus L the මන් දන්නේ people. Like there should be an error with the question here. It's correct right now. Nitrogen is period number 2. Nitrogen is period number 2 ne? So 2 plus 1 squared. 2 plus 1 squared minus 2 squared. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. L equals 1. So 1 එක ගන්න බෑනේ people. Potassium means L equals 0. That is also lesser than n plus 1. 4 plus 1 5 squared. 5 squared minus n people. There won't be an answer. There won't be an answer. n plus 1 squared මෙතන මං හිතන්නේ මේකේ අවුලක් ඇති. I can remember this question actually. මට මේ question එක මතකයි. මෙතන මට මේ උත්තරෙකුත් ආවා. Like when I was doing this question back then, I got an answer for this. මේක paper class paper එක question එකක් 2025 guys ලගේ. මේ n plus 1 නේ n plus l නේ. Yeah, it's a printing mistake. Let's leave it. Then n plus l hari මොකක් හරි එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. අවුලක් නැහැ තියන්නකො. But it's an interesting question, not the question pattern. Hari, මෙතන පොඩි printing mistake එකක් හින්දා we cannot do the question, but this is a important question pattern. They will give something like this. I think this is a more paper question එක මම හදලා ගත්තේ. It's a more to a paper question. I can't remember exactly, but it was a tough question. Hari, it was a tough question. You had to write with every answer and then get an answer. Hari. Right. Now, fourth question, which of the following statements are incorrect regarding atomic spectrums? So this is an MCQ where our class students get it right and other class students get it wrong. Trust me. Lyman series contains radiation belonging to the ultraviolet radiation. Is that correct or not? It's correct. UV radiation. UV radiation. Second one, the electron transition n equals 3 goes to n equals 1 has larger energy than n equals 2 to n equals 1. What is that? Correct or not? Correct or not? Second statement. Second statement. Guys, come on. True. Correct. Third statement, Balmer series contains radiation belonging to only visible region. Correct? I told you, right? Guys, everyone speak. What's the answer? අනික් කට්ටිය ඔක්කොම my class එකේ Sajid, your answer is wrong. This one is wrong. Why? Check the resource book right now. I hope you are learning this part today. Balmer series contains not only visible, it could go to ultraviolet. That's the thing. This is the thing. Like, I don't know why, but this is the thing. මේක අහපු දවසට තමයි කෙලවෙන්නේ ඔය note හදන කට්ටිය. Like, I don't know why English medium classes doesn't give it. Sinhala medium classes actually give it. ඒකන මම දැකලා දිනවා. I have attended Sinhala medium classes. මේ English medium කට්ටියක දීලා නැහැ. මම දන්නේ නැයි කියලා. What? My answer? Incorrect. Yeah, your answer is okay. I mean, someone else. Right. ඒක වැරදි. Visible region නෙමෙයි UV light උත් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Learn it today. Learn it today. මේ මුඩ රුඩට යද්දී first line, second line, third line, fourth line. Fifth line එක UV. Fifth line is UV. Right. Fourth one, Paston series line does not have a lower energy than Balmer series line. දැන් ඕකේ දාන්නේ දැන් ඕකේ දාන්නේ answer number 4 ගොඩක් කට්ටිය. Like every one of you will put answer number 4 because it's like hard to decode the fourth answer because they are like Paston series lines does not have lower energy and in the question they are asking incorrect statement. හරි දැන් තමයි පිස්සුව දෙන්නේ. Right now you are thinking like how do you get an answer for this? Like okay, does not have a lower energy, has a lower energy, does not have a lower lower energy. Then they are asking the incorrect statement also. Like, what should I do? This statement is correct. Paston series line has a lower energy. Sorry, it has a lower energy than Balmer series lines. It does not have a lower energy than Balmer series line. ඒක wrong නේද people? අයියෝ. Actually, I created this question. I created this question. මෙතන මේ දෙක මාරු වෙන්න ඕනේ. මටත් පැටලිලා. හරිද? මේ දෙක මාරු වෙන්න ඕනේ. Past tense series line has නේ. එතකොට does not have කියද්දි වැරදි. So you are lucky. If you got answer 4, you are lucky. So I have to give answers for answer number 3 and 4 both. Aparadi. Like that was a good question. If I altered Balmer and Paston, it would have been a good question. Okay, then fifth one, absorption spectrum of hydrogen does not contain red, green, blue, violet lines. That is correct. because absorption means the opposite of the line spectrum. The normal line spectrum is the opposite, right? Absorption spectrum. Then fifth one, if a moving electron with a mass 9.11 10 to the power minus 28 grams and a proton with a mass 1.66 10 to the power minus 24 grams are required to process the same wavelength, how many times the speed of the proton should be the speed of the electron? Now lambda is equal to h over mv. So they are saying same wavelength, so lambda should be equal. For lambda to be equal, h over m electron v electron should be equal to h over m proton v proton. Then h and h cancel off. mpvp is equal to meve. Now mass of proton is 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams multiplied by velocity of proton Vp, and this is the mass of electron 9.11 10 to the power minus 28 grams multiplied by velocity of electron. Right? How many times the speed of the proton should be as the speed of electron? So Vp over V. That is what you have to find. 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 28 divided by 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24. So when you simplify this, you will get an answer. Let's see. 9.11 divided by 1.66. 5.48 into 10 to the power minus 4 times. Like 5.48 10 to the power minus 4 times it should have in order to obtain the same wavelength. Nice. So that is that. Then sixth one, this is on sixth one. They have given energy levels. The first energy level, the second energy level, the third energy level, Now, this is having a wavelength A2 and this one is having a wavelength A1 and this line has a wavelength A3 and this is E3, this is E2, this is E1. People, now the energy change for this one is equal to this one plus this one. A1 plus A2, right? Like the energy change in between E3 minus E1 is equal to E3 minus E2 plus E2 minus E1. Can do that. Okay, E is equal to HF. HF is H HF HC over lambda, right? I can write E is equal to HC over lambda. The energy change is equal to HC over lambda and lambda is A3. Now this one HC over lambda 1 again A1 plus HC over A2. Right, 1 over A3 is equal to 1 over A1 plus 1 over A2. And now I can write 1 over A3 is equal to A2 plus A1 divided by A1 A2 divided by A1 A2. Right. Now they're asking calculate and write an expression for A1. Yeah, okay, then I'll have to take it to the other side. They are telling to create this one. I have to create that one. Okay, so I'll probably write it as 1 over A3 is equal to 1 over A1 plus 1 over A2. If I take the common denominator, what will happen is A2 plus A1. A2 plus A1 divided by A1 A2. So if I take A1 here, it's going to be A3 multiplied by A2 plus A1 divided by A2. Hurry. That's it. So A3 times A2 plus A3 times A1 divided by A2. There you go. There you go. That's that. Then seventh question. Arrange the following ions in the ascending order of effective nuclear attraction. Effective nuclear attraction, we have to calculate the thing. Hurry. Effective nuclear attraction is the nuclear attraction minus shielding effect. So for sodium plus the number of protons is 11. So nuclear attraction 11. And the shielding effect is sodium plus ne. එතකොට 2 කියලා එන්නේ. 9. Then කොහොමද අහන්න එපා. I have taught you this until my throat becomes blood taste. හරිද? මම ක්ලාස් එකේ කොච්චර කියලා තියෙනවද how to take the shielding effect මේ in the physical and the online class both. හරිද? Now sodium plus and now sodium 11 minus 10. That is plus 1. And then potassium. Potassium is 19 minus 18. That is plus 1. Potassium plus is now 19 minus now 10. The minus 10. 19 minus 10, 9. And then calcium. Calcium is 20 minus 18. 2. Now you have to arrange it in the ascending order. So who is the largest? Now these two are equal. Ne? Is that? That is equal. Right? Those guys are equal. So we have to write them as equal. So sodium is equal to potassium. Is larger than calcium, larger than K plus, equal to sodium plus. Equal to sodium plus. Yep, that's it. That's it, guys. Hurry. So that is it. The Unit 1 MCQ training part 3 completed. Next week, online students, we are completing atomic radii. And then we are moving into the first ionization energy variation, and then electron gain energy I won't be doing next week. I'll be doing it as a free session for everyone. Like I want everyone to learn it properly. Now electron gain energy is some concept which everyone doesn't understand. එතකොට මම full theory part එක කරනවා එක including the tute note and everything, so everyone can understand that concept. එතකොට මේ අපි එහෙම යන් tell your friends about this electron gain energy, because I have seen a lot of students mess it up like, oh my god, because in the old syllabus they are considering electron affinity and electron gain energy same, and in the new syllabus they are two different things, and like students they learn the theory and they do past papers, and then suddenly they are like, okay, what is electron affinity suddenly, because I also was a student who had this doubt back then. එතකොට there was no one teaching this properly out there. I don't know, in English medium I haven't seen anyone teaching this properly. මටත් ඕක පිස්සු ඇදලා තිබ්බේ, මේ පස්සේ තමයි ඕක හරියට ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. So that one I wanted to do it free. Now next week I'll do the first ionization energy part and stuff for the online students, and then after that we'll have a free session probably before now October is over. So November 5th, before November 5th, we'll be having the electron gain energy free session. November 5th, we'll have the Lewis structures free session. So 2 free sessions coming in the next week, next 2 weeks. Yeah, within next 2 weeks. Okay, then you can leave the meeting. Thank you for joining. You never fail until you give up. Remember that and keep that in your mind. You never fail until you give up. Yeah, bye. Good night.